What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over candlestick patterns. Check it out. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this video here, and I'm going to try to not to make it too long. The video is going to be on candlestick patterns. Now, this is, or how to read candlesticks. This is something that's very basic. Extremely basic actually, and it's something we've never really covered here on the channel, right? I've always tend to cover other technical analysis parts of trading that are maybe a little bit not as basic, but I figured we should start putting some of the more basic stuff on here because we get a lot of new traders that come through, and this is something that can be extremely beneficial and helpful for a brand new trader. And so it's definitely something we need to cover, and I do get asked this question every so often via DMs. What's a doji look like? Stuff like very, very, very basic stuff. Like most people watching this right now, you might not even need this, but it's excellent. It's an excellent refresher, right? It's an excellent refresher if it's something that you don't really think about very often, because there can be very good indications just within a single candlestick that can help you adjust on a trade. It can help you replan the trade or exit, enter, at a specific point that you didn't even consider prior to that. So it's definitely something that we want to look into a little bit more deeply. We're going to go over, let's see, about about 6 different types of candlesticks. And there are way more than that, but we're going to go over these that are very useful to me. I have found them to be very useful, right? I'm not going to go over every single candlestick indicator, trigger, pattern out there. I'm just going to go over these top 6 that I find very useful, and I think you'd find very useful as well, right? So before we move any further, do me the quick favor, smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you're alerted every single time I upload a video like this. Also, comment in the comment section. Remember, when you interact with the video, the channel, with myself on here, by hitting the like button, by commenting in the comment section, you really help out the channel tremendously. So in the comment section, leave me a quick comment letting me know what you want me to do my next video on, and I'll go ahead and make sure to put it on the list of videos to make for you, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into this right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over here a real big picture here of the basic. All right, guys, so also remember to check out the links in the description section. We have Webull down there. You download the app. It's a free stock trading app. You fund your account with $100 and you get 2 free stocks valued between $1,200 to $1,400. And then you also have First Trade down there. You just download the app, open an account, and you get 1 free stock. Also remember to check out Trade Ideas. Those are the scanners I use every single day to find stocks to trade. Link in the description section with my 15% off coupon code that you want to take advantage of. Lastly, remember to check out my website, hustlewithjessew.com, for more educational articles on trading, as well as you can sign up for my weekly newsletter. Most basic part of candlesticks, okay? This right here is just your basic candlestick. Now, this is going to seem like, oh, Jesse, why are you going over this? Well, because a lot of people, and I've seen it, don't even know where a candlestick opens, right? So in this case here, you have this green candlestick, meaning it opened up down here and closed up here. Okay, so it closed higher than it opened, making it a green candlestick. Now, obviously, this is your high and this is your low in that candlestick. These little sticks you see here, okay, and I'm calling them little sticks on purpose, is because I'm going to go over the 2 most common names used for them, including the name I use for them. These are called wicks, like on a candle wick, right? These are called wicks. Some people call them, as you see here, shadows, okay? So some people call these shadows, upper shadow here, lower shadow here. I don't really tend to call them shadows. I call them, lower wick, upper wick, just because, well, it's a candle, right? So now you know that this candle here opened down here and closed up here. Let's use some trivial numbers. Let's say this opened up at $1 and it closed at $1.05, okay? And the next candle formulated right next to it. On a bearish candle, okay, you'll have the same side, same type of candle pattern, okay? It's just a regular candle with a higher wick or lower wick or shadow. and then you have your open, okay? It opened up here and it dropped. So in essence, what you want to think about is that it opened, and instead of pushing up, it opened, like this one opened, and then dropped. And that's what you would have, it looked like a bearish red candle, okay? So that's very basic, where they open and close, meaning it's a bullish candle, and how they open and close lower, meaning it's a bearish candle, okay? And now obviously this is called the body of the candle. These are the wicks. This is the body of the candle itself, all right? So now what we do here is we're gonna move on to the next type of candle, okay? Or a pattern in itself. Here you have what's known as a long-legged doji, okay? This doji right here, let's see if we can zoom in on it a little bit more. There we go. This doji right here is showing you that it has a lot of selling pressure up here, okay? Because it has a lot of selling pressure up here, it's dropping down. It's indicative of potential drop down on the next candle. See here, it got bought up. Like it came all the way down here and got bought right back up here. The next candle, trying to push off, make a new high, but it got rejected. And you have this huge long wick. It becomes a doji candle. It's an indecision candle, and then it drops. That's a long-legged doji candle. Now there is another type of candle which I thought I had here, and we're gonna go over it here pretty soon. But first we're gonna come back over here to the type of doji candles that there are, and we're gonna make this box a little bigger so you can see them a little bit more clear. Here you have the gravestone doji, okay? The opening price, it pushed off of that. So for a while, that candle was nice and green, okay? Very bullish, but it quickly retraces the entire move. The entire move is retraced all the way back down, okay? It even sets this low down here. Could have set it at any point in time. However, this is known as a gravestone doji because you could think of it just being killed, right? You pushed up, made that high, and then just rejected completely. I mean, it didn't even make a doji, like a cross. It didn't even make a doji up here, right? Where it's truly indecision. No, this is pretty decisive that there's a lot of selling pressure up here, and it got sucker punched all the way back down. So the open and close are really, really close together here. And it's indicative of that, pressure, that selling pressure. Then you have the long-legged doji that we just saw on that previous chart. However, here it's more in the center line, which is more of a sign of indecision. Why is it indecision? Well, here the decision is pretty clear. It's decisive. It's showing you selling pressure up here, okay? In this one, you have your traditional doji, which is that cross, and you have the high price here, the low price there, and what's happening is a lot of push and pull, kind of like a tug and war. You've made that high, it rejected, you've made this low, it bounced right back, and it closes off right smack dab in the middle of that price range. So that's why that shows indecision, because you're having selling pressure on the way up, but you also have buying on the way down. So it's basically telling you, I don't know what I want to do, right? This could be an indication of a trend reversal, but it's more along the lines of we don't know what's going to happen. Versus this right here is clearly showing you that there is selling pressure up in this zone. Now you have the dragonfly doji, okay? Here you have the open and close up here. You have the high and the low. This, you guessed it, is basically the opposite of the gravestone doji. This one right here has shown you that we opened, okay? We dipped all the way down here and it got bought all the way back up. Okay, and that doesn't mean automatically I'm going to jump in on the next candle. I use a number of indicators to find my entry points. And remember, like everything else, none of this is 100%. So this could be an indication of a trend reversal. If it's on a downward trend, this could be an indication of a trend reversal showing you support down here. We're going to bounce. I have videos basically trading this same type of setup on a downward trend, and I've taken that as a trend reversal, jumped in with a very clear defined stop loss, and been able to ride the trend reversal on the way back up some. So That's something that can be used. This is not just like you're watching the chart and like, oh, Dragonfly Doji, I recognize this. Boom, market my order, market order all the way in there, full account on whatever stock. No, no, no. This is a part of a bigger picture. This is just the candle itself, right? The way I've played this, for example, has been on a downward trend, okay, of a stock that's gapped up, and the next day it's gapped up, and when the bell rings, it's selling off, and then it taps or finds support in front of the previous day's high or close, and we get this type of candle that's getting bought right back up, and that's an indication of a potential support bounce. You want to watch the volume too. So that's how you use these candlesticks, or that's an example of how you use these candlesticks. So that's one of the candlesticks right there that I use for bounce plays. Now you understand, the basics of a gravestone doji, a long-legged doji, and a dragonfly doji candlestick. All right, guys, so then the last candle pattern that we're going to go over is the engulfing patterns. Okay, the engulfing patterns are very, very, very unique because they basically, let's cancel, the candle cancels the previous candle, you could say. So for example, here you have this bearish candle right here. It's engulfed by this bullish candle, meaning this bullish candle is bigger, has more price action, more range, okay, than this previous candle. As you can see, this candle, just the body itself, eats up this candle and takes over. The same here, where you have this bullish candle being engulfed by this bearish candle, okay? Now, this could be used as also a potential trend reversal signal, okay, coupled with other technical analysis. You're not just going to go off of the candle itself. And I'll show you on a chart here a good example of that, okay? Let me exit this. This right here is JesseW, okay? JesseW right here had a big move, and what you see here is we push up to a new high, okay? You see that candle right there, we push up to a new high, and this very next candle is a bearish engulfing candle because this candle is bigger than the previous one. It eats up more real estate, it eats up more price action, and as you can see here it dumps down, gets halted, and we continue on lower and lower and lower and lower, okay? So that's an example right there on a chart of an engulfing bearish candle changing, the trend from going upwards to going downwards. And that's just one example. Obviously, you can see many more throughout the day, just trading. So that's definitely something you want to keep your eyes on. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very, very basic. However, I think it is extremely useful and something that we should always keep in mind. Let me know what you think. Let me know also what video you want me to do next. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.